What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action. Joining with me today is the fabulous, the handsome, the ridiculously talented Odin player, therapl. How you going, my friend?
Hello there, everyone, and welcome to CoCasts with Boit. Spawning in the left side of the map, we have Mor playing his favorite Oranos. And on the right side of the map, we have Nullus with his favorite Hades in the blue color. In a super
Yes.
open map, we want to see how the things go here for the Hades player.
Yeah, there's no surprises here. This is peak Champions League action. Everyone's going to be going full try hard, picking their best gods here, their best chance to win. And we're seeing more the Oranos expert playing his Oranos, and Nullus, the Greek expert, playing as Hades. Now we've seen a little bit of this matchup already in this tournament. Do you expect to see anything other than a fast second town center here? And if so, why?
That's an interesting question. I would say it's pretty hard to go for a second town center on this map. It's always very hard to secure the resources. And this is the thing. This is why the Atlanteans are so good against Greek on this map. Greek players can confirm that for me.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of an interesting map in a lot of ways. So there's like four. I think there's about four different types of town center spawns you can get. You can get town centers both at the back, both at the front, one on the side, one at the front, and one on the side, one back and one forward. Basically, the kind of option. So I guess in total there's three, but you could have some mirrored. And in on top of that, you can get some painted desert maps. They can spawn a very, very nice gold mine. And we kind of see this here for Nullus. Now, I wonder if he's going to take this as an opportunity while having the back gold mine behind his forward TC. If he can grab this settlement, secure it with sentinels, and put walls up, he may be able to find himself having an easy time getting that second gold mine, which is such a difficult thing to do on this map normally. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see Nullus trying to do something like that, as we do see an Oracle getting sniped down there by the Hades Town Center.
Exactly. And can always use the Sentinel God powers to secure your position with your second town center. But the thing is, the wood lines are so unsafe on this map. And as we can see, the first storehouse, it might be actually be blocking a Sentinel if Nullus is forced to go defensive with one town center. So we'll see how things will turn out. And we see now the temple building, Nullus is building that next to his wood line. He wants to kinda wall of the wood. And I think that's pretty nice, and it should be done against raid civs like Uranos and Norse.
Yeah, this is what makes Nullus so absurdly good. He's got such a keen eye for building his base in a defensive way. But I mean, I want to talk a little bit about more right now because we've actually have been seeing that Atlantean has been having some difficulties against specifically Hades of late. Is there something that Oranos players are just not doing correctly, and maybe more is going to be able to come up with it here in this game? Do you expect to just see like a full one town center send here, or are we going to see something more similar to like the three town center grab from I guess is all going to be a responsive type thing, but we are seeing Prometheus. What are
Yeah,
your
yeah.
thoughts here from the Oranos side of things?
From the Uranos side of things, yeah, I think I like the standard play here. Obviously, Mor is kind of aggressive. He will go for the early aggression. And behind that, this is a tournament game. You cannot go all in most of the times. Behind that, surely he should go for three town centers and win probably with the better economy.
Yeah, you normally see Oranos players not actually able to 100% kill a Hades player uh, in the early game. And a lot of that comes down to the Sentinels and stuff. So a lot of the time, Oranos needs to kind of get that extra economy going, as we're starting to see Nellis's early Ajax causing a little bit of problems here for more. We'll see what he's going to be able to do with it as he does click the Valor immediately onto the Oracles. This is something I've been saying is a vitally important thing for the Oranos players to do, because it gives the Oranos players like an extra 3 military units that they otherwise wouldn't have had. So we are seeing the Ajax here getting a couple couple of nice hits onto the Oracle, but he'll have to be leaving for the time being now.
Exactly, getting the early game harassment a little bit with the Ajax, and behind that getting your town center. Having the Chiron and the Minotaur at the same time, defending that, and you have enough time to build a town center, even with the 6 villagers there.
Yeah, I will say that I do feel like this town center is a little bit late to get started here, and this might just be because of something that Nullus decided to do in the early game. But I'm sure that Greek build orders here, they can squeeze out. I've seen it happen. You can squeeze out a Chiron, an Ajax, and have that town center queued right after you hit the classical age. But for some reason, I keep on seeing certain top Greek players not quite able to get that one up straight away, as the town center here looking like it will be completed, as Moore is trying to figure out how he can get a little bit of damage done.
Yeah, and his plan for now is opening with a double Turma, trying to get the harassment done, but since you are going for the range units, how are you going to take down buildings? You can only harass villagers behind the wood lines, most probably. So a few walls would be nice, and we see already Nullus throwing a wall to defend the wood line next to the second town center and use the sentinels. So that position is fortified already. Where will Moore try to push now?
Yeah, the big thing about the Sentinels, and this is something that was actually changed in quite a few patches ago after I did research it, is that Sentinels, they used to have a 3.5 track rating back in the patch like 1.03, way back when. But at some point in the Voobly balance patch change, look, they moved it up to 5.5 track rating. Basically means they hit any unit that's moving slower than 5.5 speed, and that includes the Terma. So it can be impossibly hard to push into a position where you've got a 14.4 damage town center times 2 shooting at units, and then also all of the Sentinels dealing damage. So Null's going to have to still play very, very carefully here, though, as Moore's Terma army is coming in to cause some real problems.
Exactly, and let's not forget about the fact that Hades has better buildings and also has better attack. Those towers and the town centers do way more damage than a normal town center, because they also throw extra arrows. So, you know, a +1 or a +2 damage is actually more than what it is. So, yeah, and now we see a military academy being built. Probably best to open with Hepicons if your opponent is going for full Turma, but most probably Nullus doesn't have the goal for it for now.
Yeah, this is actually a very, very unique strategy in a big way here from Moore. We haven't actually seen the mass Terma approach out of an Atlantean player for quite some time against Greek. And a big reason for that is because the Greek players were able to deal with it so easily with just going for Hippocon. But because we haven't seen it in a while, maybe Nullus here, he's going to be so used to the current meta that he just hasn't reacted here. So he's actually dropped a military academy and an archery range, and both of these buildings are going to be useless against the army, which Moore is kind of building at this moment. And not only that, we do see a second town center coming up for Moore, and a third town center most likely on the way very, very shortly here.
Exactly, as the hero citizen is close to it, can always go ahead and build the third town center. And now we see the Turma raids, Moore is searching for something to hit, and he's transitioning into the military barracks units, which are the Marmilos. And so Nullus is doing his farm transition, he has the backgoal there, so he's planning to win with a Mythic Age timing push, most probably.
Yeah, I mean, the game plan for Hades against Oranos is, unless you go for a one town center play where you do potentially have some early game advantage against the Oranos, unless you go for that play, you are playing for the late game, and it's gonna be a slog no matter what.
Yeah, as we see now, the raid coming there, or the villagers moving.
Yeah, these Terma raids, they're just harassing at this point. They're just distracting here. I don't think that Moore expects to really get too many villager kills. All he really needs to be, well, he's actually getting some now, but all he really needs to do is keep Nullus on the back foot while he kind of sets up all across the map and starts planning for how he's going to try and push off that back gold mine. I'm not sure it's going to be quite possible, but how he's going to be able to find an advantage in this game.
Very true. As we see those 4 Turma on the right side hitting the villagers. As Mor is playing very distracting, but at the same time, he kind of distracted himself as well. He had a ton of idle Marmillos. And Uranos with the map control. This is quite huge.
Yeah, this is fantastic for more. While one thing that I really quite like from him here that I think a lot of Atlantean players, lower level Atlantean players forget is if you have map control, you've got to use it. You've got to go out on the middle of the map. You've got to eat all the hunt. You've got to take the hunt away from your opponent because any hunt you leave there and like building a farm or something, not only are you spending resources on farms that you otherwise wouldn't need to, but as we see the restoration coming in there is Nullus is very, very scared, but Moore just calmly retreats back and he's going to be really happy about that restoration being used at that point. That's my
Very true. He's happy. He's happy getting the restoration, a defensive restoration. He killed a few villagers and now he's trying again to be as distracting as possible.
Yeah, it's honestly it's working quite well here. Nullus at this point he's had to farm. He's got his farms down now. He's got about 19. He's got tons of farms. 25 farms up at this point. So his food economy should start skyrocketing. The problem that he actually does have is his forward gold mine is actually technically open. There is potential for shockwaves and things like that to try and pick off some more villagers. And more at this point, I mean, he's got to be careful not to overcommit like he currently is, but he can continue to put little bits of pressure on while getting further and further in front. The thing that I'm surprised about is that Moore hasn't grabbed himself a third town center yet. This is very, very late.
Exactly, and if you do the math, you will notice that Nullus is actually ahead on the villager count, and More is pretty late at his third town center, as you said. Is he going to drop like an armory? He has plenty of wood in the bank. Could easily be a farm transition, even though he doesn't need it. But what is he going to do? He's at full population. He cannot touch the Hades anymore.
Looks like he's just going for the heroic age here. He's managed to find his way there. Plenty of resources in the bank to slam down a couple of palaces if he needs to. I do think that the idea of getting out destroyers and Arcus in this matchup is vitally important. Those Toxotes from Hades, if you don't have destroyers, will be able to kind of chew through a lot of what you can make from the perspective of the Oranos player. So you've got to get destroyers out as fast as you possibly can. So I don't mind this kind of 2 town center semi-fast heroics, so long as that plan is to go straight in to those destroyers. As Moore is just running back and forth here, and Nullus has managed to defend that really, really nicely thus far.
Yeah, sniping a few Turma here and there. This is good micro by Nullus and a little bit of an overcommitment by Moore, and now he's gonna try to switch to the heroic age units, probably cavalry and arquebuses, but as you said, it's pretty important to throw at least 1 or 2 palaces and make those destroyers who tank the Hades archers.
Yeah, there's the heroic age, but there's also now, there's always this slight timing that Hades gets in this kind of 2 town center play. It always seems to happen where Hades gets enough stuff going and he just kind of leaves his base, and the Oranos player, they just don't have anything left in the tank. So, I mean, we'll see how it's going to go as Moore's trying to bring all of his units through, trying to make some Contarius. I'm not a big fan of the Contarius here in this matchup, but we'll see if Moore is going to be able to make it work here.
Yeah, I will agree with it. As the Contarius can be countered by the hoplites, it's best to make a heroic age unit which actually kinda counters both of Nullus's units. For example, the Destroyer does quite well against the hoplites, and it beats the Toxotes. So that's the unit to rush at this point.
Yeah, we are seeing a ton of Contarius actually coming out here for Moore. So, I mean, he may be going for like the fully upgraded Contarius kind of units with Poseidon's Secret, heavy cavalry, potentially also Lance of Stone for some chaos in the late game. But we'll see how it's going to go as Moore does hit a fairly decent raid there as Nullus gets incredibly greedy out on that gold mine. That's actually kind of big for Moore there. We'll see if he's going to be able to make something happen when the shockwave does drop at that point.
Exactly, that's big. And now we see Nullus having enough resources to jump to the next age. And the thing about Moore, he's having Turma into his army, which at this point feel kinda useless, I would say. Always good to switch to the arquebuses, and I like the fact that he's making the Stymphalian birds Chiron with only how much is it? His damage?
Chiron?
60.
Yeah, I don't know. He does good damage against the birds, but there's only one of him, and you can make a ton of Stymphalian birds. This is a big power spike unit for Atlantean in this matchup as well. So now we get to see the Kentaris hitting that back gold mine that Nullus has already mined 2,000 gold from.
True, and now he's gonna try to stop the third town center, sending the Contarius straight away in that position. And what is the follow-up by Moore? He's still flooding tons of wood in the bank, and is he gonna try to drop a market and go to the Mythic Age? Will he upgrade the fortified town centers? I'm really unsure on Moore's plan here.
It seems like Moore wants to be going Mythic Age here. He kind of knows that the actual win condition right now in this game is going to be to get a gold star on the, not the second gold mine, but the third gold mine here. So everything that he's doing at this point has to be going into how he can do as much damage as he possibly can as that gold expires, so that he can get a gold star here. So he'll be going next stage, and then he'll drop that third town center. He's also getting the palace now, finally, which I really, really like.
Exactly. Here is the palace coming, and we see the dryads and the birds mixed in Moore's army. And now it's time for Nullus to make the Achilles, the strong heroic age hero, your only chance to counter those dryads.
Yeah, dryads are really, really strong against Greek because, again, they've only got 3 heroes. So if you can have enough stuff in your army to take those heroes out, now the dryads are just doing, they're just doing really, really well. As we do see a little bit of a raid come through for Nullus, as Moore is going to be returning back over onto this town center. But can he stop it here or not is the big question.
He might be able to delay it a little bit because the hoplites are following the Contariuses. And Nullus getting heavy upgrades for his army. He's gonna win the rest of the fights for now. And we actually see Hecate by Moore's side. But will that be enough to stop Nullus's?
Well, yeah, you don't... You never know, but I am liking the earlier Mythic Age here from Moore. I think it will be hitting at a decent time. You can see the gold's only got 1,400 gold left in it. And with Nullus going to the Mythic Age, he's going to be spending a lot of his gold there. So Moore just needs to get some good trades here. He needs to make sure he's not throwing away his Stymphalian birds to the Chiron. He has to kill that off. We do see that Nullus manages to get his third town center up. And the big thing that Nullus needs to do, and he's got the resources for it now, is secure a third gold mine. At the top of the map with the fortress, that would be a really, really big play to do right here and now. As Artemis is also clicked here for Nullus. The other option for Nullus is also to Earthquake on the front of the map where that palace is, and he can try and take that gold mine for himself right in front of his base.
Very true. He could always use the earthquake to take down both the palace and the town center. And now we see the Mythic Age coming from Moore. He used the Tartarian Gate already. Nullus needs his heroes at this point against the Dryads and the Stymphalian Birds. So if he tries to send them back to defend against the Tartarian spawns, he will not have an actually good defense at the front.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point right now, Nullus seems to be just ignoring the Tartarian Gate, and I can guarantee this is never a good idea. You're going to lose that town center that you put so much effort into building, and this is really big for Moore, as Moore, I mean, he's at 130 of 130 population, so he's not quite able to really fight here, as villagers getting sent forward to start villager fighting on this position. Moore's going to be regretting only having one palace here. Also, that Artemis is on the way. It's 80% here, so he's going to Earthquake the town center very, very shortly here as well, as we see the fortress getting dropped.
Yeah, for sure. Nullus will try his best to mine from that gold mine. I wonder if he has scouted the gold mine on the right side. Could always be an option to go there, as you said. But he cannot deal with the Tartarian Gate for now. So he's up through Earthquake, and Moore taps out.
GG. Nullus gets the dub. Really well played there. Yeah, the back gold mine from Nullus was a huge amount of help there on that gold mine. Really, really big help for Nullus here in this game. I do think, like, I mean, on the other side of the map, if you take a look at Moore's side of the map, if Nullus was over there, he would have had an even better gold mine with the back town center as well. So, I mean, this map, even after all is said and done, you can get some really, really good 2 town center maps here. And I mean, to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed. I would have loved to have seen what Nullus would have gone for if he didn't have such a fantastic second gold mine on this map. But because he did, he got to get away with the 2 town center play, and more could not quite make it work here with the Tartarian Gate timing. While he is taking down that fortified town center, I think he just threw away too many units.
Yeah, he did, and apparently he made too many turmas. In my opinion, you should never overcommit on the turma. They only do like 3 or 4 attack against any other type of units. They're only good against archers. Remember to switch to something better like Arcuses.
Yeah, the only time, I mean, I still think that the old school, like Army Corps, not even Army Corps, XPT Cyclone full term strategy. I don't think it's a bad idea in this matchup, so long as your plan is to get your 3 town centers really fast, get your citizens out, and make a hard transition into Destroyer Arcus. Otherwise, you're just kind of, what are you trying to do with the Terma? Because I think they're like a distraction unit at best. So you're distracting to get all of your town centers and your economy kicking into overdrive, so then you can make the bonkers strong army and win with the kind of Mythic Age timing. But didn't happen in this game. First win for Nullus. We'll get into game number 2.
Yeah.